Alright, let's take a look at coordinate graphs in 3 dimensions, or often called 3D graphing. This is target M1 of the 3D graphing and matrices chapter. Now, I know that you know how to graph in 2 dimensions. We're very familiar with putting stuff on graph paper with an X and Y axis and graphing those points. When you look at these list of points that you're graphing, you should understand that this is your X and this is your Y coordinate, meaning this one you move on the X axis, this one you move on the Y axis, and you plot your point. 2, 4, over 2, up 4, boom, done. Next one, -3, -1, -3, -1, 0, 2, and 2, 0. They have a 0 in them. They're going to be on an axis. So over 0, up 2, got that one. And then 2, 0, so if I go over 2 and up 0, I'm on this one. Now you will notice that these are collinear. These make a line. This is the misfit that does not. It's kind of an interesting point. We'll be talking about collinear or coplanar points in 3 dimensions in the future. So if you're going to go to 3 dimensions, we need another axis on here. So what you do is I just go boom to my graph paper. I stick a pencil through it. And when I stick that pencil through it, I now have a vertical axis, and it now looks like this. So this pencil is sticking straight through the paper, essentially, and here is my x-axis, here is my y-axis, and my z-axis is coming out towards you. So that's essentially what we're doing now, is we're getting this kind of a look. The way that we accomplish that is with some isometric dot paper that looks something like it does here in your target packet. So you've got an x-axis, a y-axis, and now a z-axis coming towards you. So here's the x, the y, and the z. This is like the pencil sticking through the paper. This is your x and your y-axis. And so then what we need to get familiar with is plotting those points. A simple explanation for that is you have an x, y, and a z-axis. So this is your x, this is your y, and this is your z. So for x, you're going to move along the x-axis 2 points. So I go 1, 2, and I make an arrow to get me to 2. Then I'm going to go to 4 on the y in the y direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go 5 up, and I'm going to go 5 up, and I'm going to be sitting like right there out in space in this 3-dimensional kind of you could grab it type of plotting of a point. So if I go here, it says write the coordinates. Well, you always start at the origin just like you always have, and you move along your first line. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I didn't go anywhere on the y. I didn't go horizontally or this way or that way. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I didn't go anything on the y, and then I went up 1, 2, 3. So it's 4, 3, 0 is the coordinates for that point, and 4 in the x direction, 0 in the y direction, 3 in the z direction, and that's what I'm looking for. X, Y, and Z. So you move along the X first, we didn't go anywhere, and then we went up. Okay, next one. This has all 3 ingredients, and it also includes a negative now. Now, the negative axis for the Y is going to be like in this direction back here, and we call that the Y prime axis. So then X would be 2, so I'm going to go 1, 2 in that direction, so 1, 2, and then the 4 negatives for the Y. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went this way, then I went this way, and now I need to go up 2 vertically. 1, 2. And that's the coordinates of my point for 2, -4, 2. This is the point right here that I'm looking for. Next one, you'll notice that these give it to you the whole thing here. So this is the x-axis, so that's negative x. So -1, 2, 3. So I'd be going back -3. It'd be going over 2 and up 1, 2, 3. So there's your numbers. -3, 2, 3 for this one. This one is 4, 2, 1. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4 in this direction. Then I go 2 in the y direction. And then I go up 1 vertically. And that's that point right there. And it's above the table. It's not flat on the ground. So you've just got to get used to doing things 3 times instead of 2, because we're going from 2 dimensions into 3, where essentially, like I showed you before, I'm sticking a pencil through my paper, and now I'm looking at my graph like this. And that's basically what you're doing as you're going through these, and that's what it looks like.